Okay guys, how's it going? This is the BMW as you've always seen it, and it actually works now. I had Matt come over and flash the computer and stuff for me, and it turned out that the tune that was whatever was on the ECU, I had a guy bring it for me from the junkyard that he just wanted to meet up and talk about the swaps because he was interested in doing it. And he brought me a computer since the one that I had I must have shorted out at some point. And Matt came over that same day and disabled VATs for me, and you know, it ran great, and we shut the hood and said great, you know, it's up and running. And you know, I've been tinkering around ever since then, doing little stuff here and there while I was at school, but it never really ran right. And I didn't notice until recently that when I would drive it, it would just shift right into like third gear and stay there like it was in some sort of limp mode. And I was getting these codes for, you know, all sorts of stuff like torque converter lockup, you know, not engaged, and shift solenoids, and the engine wasn't happy either. It would die under idle, it would rough idle. You know, I tried a bunch of stuff and just nothing. So Matt had this 2000 Silverado tune that he loaded for me, and it started up and idled like a champ, just like a total reflash. So evidently whatever was on that computer, just super not happy about the trans setup or something. So if we look closer, I also swapped the throttle body out for one that Matt had because my IAC sensor had broken when I tried to clean it. So he had this guy that has like 1,000,000 miles on it, and I had ordered a new sensor but it didn't come in time, so he lent me this one. And then what I did was I just gave him my throttle body with the brand new IAC sensor because I didn't feel like taking it off. Since we had it running good, I was kind of afraid to touch it. While he was over, he also kindly helped me wire, if you follow this green wire, to a relay, and then it goes to this awesome fan right here. This is the old pusher off the stock BMW rad that I had. I had bought one from Summit, and it wasn't very good. You know, just it wouldn't bring the rad temp down at all. So I told Matt that I had this one sitting in the trunk, and when we touched it to wires, I mean, the thing helicoptered out of his hands. It's so powerful. So right now it hits, this part hits the hood when I close it, and it turns. So it's not going to work out there. So I had to lower it, you know, an inch, you know, maybe just below the bracket here. I'm not really sure I'm going to mount it though, because it just has these round bolt holes kind of on the side, and I can't recall how it mounted to the stock BMW radiator. I don't know if they were like brackets or something welded to the rad. But what I may do that I just saw is my friends that have race cars, they actually just push the fins away a little bit and run a zip tie through the whole rad. Now that had to be a pretty big zip tie to do, and I'm not quite sure I want to dedicate myself to ruining this nice radiator, but who knows, we'll see if I can't come up with anything better. And if you follow me on Instagram or whatever, you may have seen that I've been working on some headers. So right now I just have the cast iron truck guys, and you know, you can see like this side especially, it doesn't quite fit, and you know, obviously I'm sure I could hack away at it. And not that this car is nice, but since I was a fabricator at my previous job, I kind of like doing this stuff. So I'll walk over to the garage here, and I have this header that I built yesterday. This is for the passenger side. It's just aluminized steel. I bought like a Chevy small block header kit from Jegs, and I got the spike on there, and I still have to weld the collector on, and it pinches down from 3" to 2.5. And I still have to weld the, you know, the header flanges aren't quite welded all the way up. But I was really happy how it turned out, especially because I haven't done it for, oh, probably 2 years now. It's been since I've built a full set header. So let me show you the general idea here. If we walk back over to the car, and let me see if I can do this without getting you guys motion sickness. But more or less, that's going to bolt in here like this, and you can see it's kind of pointing towards the air filter. And since there's really no way for me to get exhaust under the rear of the car, what I'm going to do is blast the fender out right here in the corner. I'll have to move this intake. Obviously that's not going to work out so well. It'll be a hot air intake at that point. But I'm going to cut the inner fender well, and what I'm going to do is, there's all this room up in the fender here. I don't know if you can see, probably not, it's too dark and this is just my cell phone, but I'm going to run along the top of the fender here, come down, avoid the giant spider in the thing, And I'm gonna come out down here and then blast side pipes from like a 70s Corvette, just because I don't know why the hell not. It'd be obnoxious, and it'll kind of fit with that military paint job that I'd like to do. So that's really it. I guess I'll start it up just so that you can see that it runs smoother than it used to. Nothing in the interior's changed. I don't know if you've ever seen, I've got floors now, so that's kind of cool. But you know, but it idles real smooth, and it drives like a dream. When we had first fixed it, I took Matt around the block, and he was data logging with his laptop, and he was pointing out like, oh, there it's second, there it's third gear, there it's in drive, and there's just no way that I thought it was shifting. That's how smooth it runs. So that was really nice. It made me feel good about the trans I had bought used, and it really put an ease up to my mind, because I have so much money invested, and at this point, you know, I'm just a college student, so it's tough it gets frustrating. But for anybody else who's struggling, just know that sometimes it's just a simple fix, and that it's not worth selling everything like I had considered multiple times. But that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and you know, hopefully the next time that I make a video, I have these awesome Corvette side pipes or something silly that'll get me to pass inspection. Hopefully, anyway. Because coming out the fender, I don't think it'll pass, and I'd really like to drive this thing every day and be legal. That way, if I ever do get stopped, you know, it's not a problem. But anyway, thanks for watching, and you know, I don't know. I'll see you soon. Bye.